In this video, I'm going to show you 8 awesome and affordable gold-plated watches. The last time I did this, it became one of my most watched videos. So I'm giving the people what they want, more gold goodness without the gold price tag. Since the last video, a bunch of cool new gold-plated watches have made it to market. So let's take a look at the best of them. The first watch is Satina's answer to the Tissot PRX. It's the Satina DS7 Powermatic 80. The sporty styling is pretty similar to the PRX, but with a simpler dial. The case size sounds reasonable at 39mm, but it will wear larger due to the integrated bracelet. There's a display case back if you like that sort of thing, but the Powermatic 80 movement isn't really much to look at. It's more expensive than the PRX before discounts, but if you're looking for something different, but with a similar vibe, this DS7 could be the watch for you. Satina was founded way back in 1888, but since it was folded into the blob that is the Swatch Group, it doesn't seem to get much love in enthusiast circles. A lot of Satina designs seem very safe to me, nothing terrible, but nothing spectacular either. I may be wide of the mark, but I feel like the Swatch Group purposely holds back its lower end brands to make brands like Longines and Omega more attractive to watch buyers and justify higher price tags. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Do you love the Tissot PRX as much as I do? If so, you're going to love this next watch. It's the Tissot PRX. Oh. Okay, so I'm cheating a bit here because in the previous video I recommended the quartz version, but since then Tissot has released gold-plated Powermatic 80 versions of the PRX with waffle style dials in both 35mm and 40mm case sizes. And I have to say, they look fantastic too. They're a little bit thicker than the quartz versions, owing to the automatic movement, but otherwise the proportions are the same. The similarities with the AP Royal Oak are obvious, but the PRX is different enough to be its own thing. The Powermatic 80 movement is accurate and reliable, with a power reserve of 80 hours, so you can leave it on the side for a couple of days and it will still be running when you pick it up. If you want something even more distinctive, there's also the Damian Lillard Special Edition with a patterned black dial and customised case back, which offers something a little bit different. You'll have to decide if these automatic versions are worth the extra money compared to the quartz versions. This next watch is another 1970s throwback. It's the Bulova Precisionist Super Seville. It combines retro looks with a highly accurate precisionist quartz movement, rated to +10 or -10 seconds per year, with a satisfyingly smooth seconds hand sweep. There's a nod to Rolex with the fluted bezel and Cyclops date magnifier, and the 3-link bracelet with butterfly clasp integrates seamlessly with the case. The case and bracelet feature a mixture of brushed and polished finishes for a slightly more sophisticated look. The only thing I'm not 100% sold on is the TV dial, so called because it looks like a retro TV. I think a gold tone dial rather than silver would have suited the watch much better. It's 38mm in diameter, which is mid-sized and certainly looks great on this lady's wrist. Bulova is one of those hit and miss brands. They hit hard with home runs like the Lunar Pilot, but miss more often than not, with a catalogue full of okay, but not massively inspiring watches. If you're a fan of classic Rolex styling, you're probably gonna love this watch. Yes, it's another Tissot, it's the PR100 34mm. The simple styling is reminiscent of the entry-level Rolex Oyster Perpetual, which is classy or boring depending on your taste. The PR100 name refers to precise, robust and 100 meters of water resistance. A lot of the marketing material for this watch describes it as a ladies' watch, but 34mm is definitely a unisex size, perfectly adequate for men with a small to average wrist or a penchant for smaller watches in general. The sizing still works because less is definitely more when it comes to gold-plated watches. It's quartz and comes in cheaper than the quartz PRX, which is a great thing. The similarly styled automatic Tissot Gentleman is currently only available in stainless steel, but perhaps Tissot will release a gold-plated version to complement the PR100 in the future. Do you love watches with fancy dials? If so, you're going to love these two watches. It's the Seiko Presage Cocktail Time, Beer Julep, and Half and Half. Cocktail Time collection is named after drinks mixed by Hisashi Kishi, the head bartender of Star Bar in Tokyo's Ginza area. It's a pretty cool concept and has produced some pretty special watches in the past. The Beer Julep and Half continue with this streak with two amazing dials. The Beer Julep model has a sort of two-tone dial that gets progressively lighter at the top of the dial, and the Half has a fume dial with a dark brown slowly transitioning to a golden hue in the centre. Both watches have Seiko's proprietary Hardlex crystal and come on these multi-link style bracelets. The watches are powered by an automatic Seiko 4R35, which isn't the most accurate movement, but it does the job. The only real gripe I have with these watches and other Cocktail Time watches in general is the sizing. At 40.5mm, they're a bit large for dressy watches. If you have a larger wrist or prefer a larger watch, then these watches will work for you. If you like rectangular dress watches, the next watch is for you. It's the Sona Nostalgia Monaco. Sona is an up-and-coming Swedish micro brand that only makes rectangular dress watches, but is pretty strange in the modern watch market. The Nostalgia is Sona's quartz-powered dress watch, inspired by famous watches like the Cartier Tank, but with modern sensibilities. The hardened steel case is curved and measures 40mm by 28mm, but most impressively is only 7.2mm thick. A lot of modern watches are obnoxiously thick, but Sona gets it absolutely spot on here, courtesy of an ETA 901.001 quartz movement with a claimed 11-year battery life, and it's all topped off with a robust sapphire crystal. As you can see, you can also buy it on a classic leather strap too if you prefer. I love the combination of the gold case and black dial. There are also automatic versions available, but the slim quartz is the best choice in my opinion. This next choice is a so-called PRX killer. It's the Citizen NJ1053-82X, aka the Ciosa. This model is made of rose gold plated stainless steel with a red fume dial. It has the divisive Cyclops state magnifier and comes on a sort of Rolex President style bracelet. At 40mm, it's not small for this style of watch, but it will suit bigger wrists. The Ciosa is powered by the Citizen 8210 21 joule automatic movement, vibrating at 3Hz with a power reserve of 40 hours. It's visible through a display caseback, but like the Tissot and Satina with the Powermatic 80, it's nothing really to get excited about looks-wise. I don't think the Ciosa is quite as refined as the PRX, but it is cheaper, although it doesn't seem to be quite as readily available through authorised dealers in the West, so you might need to pick one up from one of the various grey market websites. You either love this brand or you hate it. It's Timex with the Q Timex Falcon Eye. In the last video, I recommended the Q Timex 1979 reissue, a sporty dive style watch, but while I think that watch is nice enough, this brand new Falcon Eye model is a step above. It's 38mm wide, but the case design is going to make it wear a bit larger. The dial is black gilt, with what Timex describes as Geneva stripes, but I think it's more wavy than stripy. It comes with the usual Q Timex hair removal tool. It looks great, but it might just about rip your arm off if you're not careful. The Q Timex collection has been a roaring success for Timex due to the retro designs and relatively affordable prices. The quality may not be amazing, but these watches have a little bit of character and charm that so many modern watches lack. So there we have it, 8 more awesome gold-plated watches. Can you think of any other watches that should have made it to this list? Let me know in the comments down below. More and more brands are starting to release decent gold-plated watches, so maybe there will be a third video in the near future. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more independent and unsponsored watch content. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.